Namaste. You've reached Lynn with Yoga Me Fit. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice with me today. Today's class is a taste of turning your world upside down in an upside down world. When this happens, it's time to recalibrate when nothing is making sense anymore and common sense is completely gone out the window. What do? Well, when things get inverted or disorderly and your perception has become distorted even, you're not sure which way is up or upside down for that matter. So it's time to go upside down in an upside down world to try to make sense out of it. It really does help shift that energy and help you start to see a new way of seeing things. Hopefully becoming more into your reality of what's really happening internally and externally. The physical aim for this series that I'll be doing is to strengthen your whole upper body, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. The mental aim will help you alleviate stress, tension, and depression. So this class is, the level is beginner to intermediate, and I will show modifications. I will show challenges if you want a little bit more, depending on your level. But there'll be something for everyone. This series is a 6-week series. We'll begin March 8th on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I look forward to having you join me for the teachings. You'll need a blanket, you'll need some blocks, and a strap. So let's get started. Today's practice is turning your world upside down in an upside down world. We'll be focusing on creating balance, some coordination, and of course focus, because it takes a lot of focus to do inversions. When we think about inversions are anything that your head is below your heart. This will be a beginner / intermediate class. I'll offer modifications, props, and challenges if you want to take it up a notch. The props you'll need for today is a blanket. Some of you may need 2 blankets, a strap, 2 blocks, and a chair or some wall space. So finding those props that you may need to begin so you have them accessible to you through the class. Let's take a moment now to close our eyes. Start to go to your internal landscape observing. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Slowly begin inhaling through the back of your throat for 4, 3, 2, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, empty, hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Do 2 more rounds at your pace. If you find that you still had air left, up the count. If you find that you were not having enough air left on the count, just decrease the count till 3. Continue to find your rhythm. using the breath as a way of cleansing internally and creating focus. And you're working on balancing the breath. You're only having to hold half the time that you're inhaling and exhaling. When you've completed the last cycle of breathing that you're on, your eyes are closed, return back to your natural rhythm of your breath, taking a moment to pause, soften, and feel. On your next inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Join your palms together to seal this energy of your prana practice, and then bring the prayer down into the heart center. Bow your head towards your fingertips. Set an intention for your practice today. Something in your life that needs more focus and balance. And then slowly release your hands, lift your head, and open your eyes. You'll come onto hands and knees as you come into tabletop position. Set the foundation of your hands, spreading your fingers like the sun's rays. And then just do some little circles here, transferring the weight to different points through the heel of the palm, the middle of the palm, the finger pads, and really just feeling places that may feel tight to you or stuck or even a little owie if you have a lot of stiffness in your hands and wrist. And then reverse that direction, going the other way. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Make sure that you have some good length between hip and armpit, so your knees should not be too close in. So find a nice balanced tabletop here. Finding neutral spine first, so you have those alternating curves through your back body. We'll begin with cow and cat, yoking the breath. Begin your inhale as you move the inner thighs and groins back. Root down through your foundational hands and draw up from the pelvic floor through the navel, the heart center, the throat, and the crown. And on your exhale, start at the root of the spine and begin to round as if you're giving each vertebra some love. When you feel your shoulders part, let the neck and head gently release down toward the earth. Begin the inhale as you move the inner thighs and groins back and apart, rooting down and drawing up from your pelvis all the way up through the front body, feeling that opening in the chest. And on your exhale, starting at the root of that spine and gently start to round it back into flexion. Inhale, moving back into your cow face pose again. Really feeling the places and spaces through your front and back body, noticing what's happening in those places and spaces, and exhale, rounding back from tail, feeling the shoulders part like the Red Sea, then the neck and head releases. Slowly bring yourself back into neutral, so you're just going to find your balance between cow and cat. So you should have those alternating curves. You should feel a lift in your lower belly and a lengthening in your lower back, and your shoulders are moving back in toward the spine. On your inhale, we'll stretch the right arm and the left leg. As you exhale, we'll lift the knee and the elbow together as we pull up and in. Inhale, reach out, extend. Exhale, pull up and in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Now hold, breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, stretch it back out again, lengthen. And exhale, come back to your tabletop. Take a moment just to transfer some of that weight a little bit out of the wrist. Maybe lift the heels of the palms up to stretch it out. Come back to center, spinal balance, moving through to the other side, left arm and right leg extend into spinal balance. Keep your focus here. So find a place out in front of your mat that you can gaze into. On your exhale, draw the knee in and up, squeeze. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, in and up. Inhale, lengthen. Find your strength. Exhale, deepen. Hold here. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, stretch it back out. Lengthen. And exhale. Come back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes, sit back onto your heels to open the soles of your feet. And then take your wrist and just bring some gentle movements to the wrist here. As you bring those gentle movements to the wrist, notice where you feel in that circular rotation the most pull or tension, and then reverse it, go the other way. And then do some flexion, extension, flexion, extension. Back and forth through each one. Then we'll come back through to center here. We're going to come back into your tabletop position. On your inhale, root through the left arm, raise the right arm as you stretch up and look up. As you exhale, you're going to thread the needle, but we're not going to come all the way down. We're going to use our core to try to twist a little more. Inhale, push to pull yourself up. Exhale, threading that needle, reach. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, thread. Now hold, and now slowly release your upper arm, your temporal lobe right above your ear. If you're having trouble getting this down, this is where you need to bring a block under your head or a blanket under your shoulder, whatever you need, use those props, but support your outer arm and shoulder and support your outer side of your head. Begin to stretch that top arm forward if that's accessible to you to get a deeper stretch from your hip out through your armpit. Take a few more deep breaths here, inhaling, exhaling. One more, inhale. Exhale, slide your palm back in front of your face, push down, come up, inhale, stretch it back up, and exhale, release down. We'll move to the other side, make sure your props are not in the way. As you come into your tabletop, from here you're going to inhale, pull the left arm toward the sky. Exhale, thread that needle, but don't go all the way down. Just reach through. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, deepen, stretch it across. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, reach. Pause here, deepen into the twist, and then slowly start to release the shoulder, the temporal lobe. Hold here. You can stretch that top arm, the right arm out. Push down into the palm so you feel some lift out of your shoulder instead of dumping into your shoulder. So push down to feel that lift. Core is engaged. Breathe deeply. Slide your right palm back, push down, inhale, rise up, stretch up, look up, and exhale, release. Keep your knees where they are, and you're just going to walk your hands forward, coming toward puppy pose. You can either let the forehead come down or the chin And if that's not happening, bring the block for your forehead to rest on as a prop. But just make sure that you feel a connection and you're not just letting your head hang here. I want you to connect to releasing it, and then lift the arm bones, lift those shoulders up and into your back and press through your hands so the arms have a lift to them. This is a nice stretch through the chest, the armpits, and all the way through the shoulders and out through your arms. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, press into your palms, lift your head. Exhale, walk your hands back, coming back into your tabletop. Now you're just going to walk your knees back just a little bit from here. Tuck your toes under and then reach your seat towards your feet here. Stretch. Stay here. Inhale, push down. Exhale, pull yourself up, coming into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, just pedal out the legs a little bit. Create some length through one side as you flex through the other side. Yoking breath to movement. Keeping a focus on the body and the breath and your actions. You'll come back once you've completed each side from which you began, and then slowly let your heart melt toward the earth. Stretch through the backs of your hips and thighs as best you can. If you're having trouble straightening your legs because of tight hamstrings, I'm going to encourage you to bend your knees, and I'm more concerned about you getting the natural curves in your back instead of rounding so much, trying to push your heels down. So let the inner thighs and groins move back just like you did in cow pose, and then slowly start to extend all the way till it's enough. You're going to look toward the front of your mat, and you're going to slowly walk, tiptoeing, lifting your hips as high as you can. And then bring your feet as close to your hands. Let the body soften toward the thighs, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, draw your spine long, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. This will be the last one from here. And then as you exhale, slowly release. Walk your feet back now. Come back into your downward facing dog pose, stretching it out. Inhale, shift to your plank, use your core. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, stretch the body. Inhale, round like a cat and ripple into your plank position. Exhale, bend the knees, reach your seat high, and then stretch back into your dog pose. One more. Inhale, round, rippling back into your plank pose, maintaining your focus and balance. Stretch out. Exhale, bend and extend back into your downward facing dog here. Take a moment to hold here for 3 more breaths as you inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Keep focusing. And finding the balance through right and left, upper and lower, front and back body. Look towards your hands. Inhale. As you exhale, release the right elbow down. Inhale, exhale, release the left elbow down. Inhale, right elbow up. Exhale, left elbow up. Inhale, exhale, right. Inhale, exhale, left. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, left arm up. Inhale, exhale, right arm down, elbow down. Inhale, exhale, left. You're going to hold here. Breathe deeply into your dolphin pose. You can start to walk your feet in a little bit. You can bend your knees, deepen into it, and then re-extend through the legs. On your next exhale, drop your knees to the earth. Untuck your toes, stretch into child's pose. Take a few deep cleansing breaths here. If you want to relax your shoulders, take your hands back toward your feet and let your shoulders drop toward the earth. On your next inhale, slowly roll your spine upright. You're going to grab your block, bring it to the front of your mat. We're going to work on 3 different hand positions to bring strength and stability through the core of the body, the upper back, and the shoulders and the arms from here. So you want to take your hands on either side of the block. Palms are down, thumbs will be facing you, and your 4 fingers will be on the side. Now you're going to hug into this block. You're going to squeeze in like you're pulling in until you feel your biceps fire. So I want you to engage your muscles in your arms strong. Release your forearms down, come up, walk your knees back. Try to keep from dumping in the back of your neck. Just let your head be a natural extension of your spine here. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, deepen. You can walk in, practice walking in. So you want to be mindful that you're not letting the arm bones drift forward or too far back. So the arms and shoulders are fixed. Keep that hugging in action, playing with walking in toward the center of your mat, holding, and then maybe walking back a little bit, holding, and just finding where your edge is. Find your last place where you feel like you're strengthening. Hold there and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release your knees down. Stretch it out again. Slowly lift the head, look up, or change the hand position. Now we're going to bring the pinky side of the hand to the earth. We're going to squeeze the block. And what you're going to be conscious of is when you're squeezing the block, this index knuckle side of your hand is going to want to pop away from the block. So when this side is not connected, you're going to lose stability through the medial side of the arm, and everything's going to dump on the lateral side. So really hug in, maintain the bicep connection here. Come up onto your knees. Do a few cow and cats just to integrate. Let the shoulders deepen in the back. Add a little more cat in the lower body. Keep your head in natural extension. Root down, lift up through the knees. Let the head release. Push down and pull in. So you're balancing those 2 energies, pushing down to pull in. Start to walk forward, playing with the balance and the strength, and then walking back. You're going to find that maybe one hand posture position is different or more challenging than the other. On your last one, we'll hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your feet back. If you walked in, release your knees and stretch it back out. You can bring your hands back by your feet. Let your shoulders completely release. Take a couple of cleansing breaths here. Okay, slowly bring yourself back upright again. The last hand posture will be external rotation. You'll bring the backs of the hands on either side of the block. It's kind of like hitchhiker pose. Thumbs are out. The fingers can curl naturally toward the palms. You're going to push in with the outer pinky side of the hand, and the backs of the hands are down on the ground. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now find the balance here between those two. You should feel the lift of your core. Tuck your toes under and inhale, lift up. You can start to walk in, walk back. So just playing and finding where your edges are, where your challenges are. Last one, you're going to walk in and hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly walk back, release your knees, stretch it out, let it go. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side, maybe even massaging through the forehead on the mat as you gently rock your head, rock your body a little bit, just creating a little bit of movement here. And then slowly we're going to come up. We'll come to standing. Make sure you have your block or blocks with you. Some of you might even need a chair on this one. So we're going to come into a wide-legged straddle split position here. You want to be able to turn your toes forward. Unless that's a little cranky for you, you can turn them out slightly. Moving toward Prasarita Padottanasana. If you have trouble getting your head to the blocks, and you can stack them as you need to, then this is where you might want to bring the chair over and use the chair to bring your head into. So we're going to work on hinging from the hips and coming into a forward fold with the head on a block. Once you come down, take your block and find where you can rest your head on it. You can hold on to your ankles, your thighs, your calves, wherever you can reach. Now lift your collarbones and the head of your arm bones up here. And then envision about an inch away from your hairline back. That is where I'd like for you to try to press into. I want you to see if you can feel that sweet spot in the top of the head where it will give you a little bit of sensation in your upper palate. That's how you'll know if you have found that spot. So there is pressure pushing gently toward the block. Shoulders are moving away from your ears. Neck is long. And you should be maintaining this cervical C curve in your neck. Breathe deeply, inhaling and exhale. Go to the foundation of the feet. Make sure you feel balance through your 4 cornerstones in the feet. Push out through the outer edges so the arches are not collapsing. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale. And then slowly release. Slide your hands up toward your hip bones, elbows toward the sky. Lift your head away from your block. Inhale, root down, rise all the way back up to standing. Good job. All right, you can heel toe your feet together or jump your feet together. The next one, this is where you're going to want the wall to put your feet against with your knees bent at a right angle, or we can use a chair. I'll use the chair. If you know that when you try to lift your hips, like for bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, that you need a blanket, you're going to use your blanket to give you some space. And your shoulders should be right at the edge. Some of you may need 2 blankets, and so you won't slip on your blanket. You're going to fold your mat over here. We're going to come down. You're going to slowly start to lower down. Your head will be, your neck are off the blanket, so they have plenty of space, and there should be about an inch or so right from the top of your shoulders to the edge of your mat. You're going to bring your feet into the seat of the chair. See if you can reach down and maybe grab the chair. If that's not available to you, then you can just keep your palms pressed. So either way, whatever you can do, you can hold the legs of the chair. You're going to push down and you're going to try to lift up as high as you can, and then slowly, slowly start to come back down. You're going to inhale to lift. Keep your throat open. Make sure your neck is not flattening. Chin is away from your chest here. We'll do one more. On the last one, we're going to hold. You can work your shoulders deeper up under you. And you're taking your tailbone and moving it towards your pubic bone. You'll feel more opening through the front of your hips and thighs. Keep pulling your head back, open your throat, and breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. So don't worry if you're not able to get very high. With practice, you will definitely make improvements with more strength and flexibility to be able to get up higher on your shoulders. The chair and the wall is just a wonderful prop to help you open more through the front body and feel what it feels like to get a little bit higher up on the shoulders. So you definitely need to start making that practice for you if you want to do things like shoulder stand and bridge, so that you can make that space so eventually you would be able to work your hands underneath you. So those of you that have a shoulder stand practice and you've got this, go for it. Take a few more deep breaths here. And then slowly, slowly start to release, extending from the upper palate back out through your spine. When you feel your sacrum and hips reach the floor, just let your legs rest into the chair for a moment. Let your arms come out and just allow your body to soften and let go. Feel what's coming up for you. You should feel some new energy happening and circulating. So feeling that energy moving through you, good blood flow and circulation. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale. And then slowly we'll come up. You can roll over to one side and push yourself up. And we'll move all the props out of the way. From here, you're going to slowly come back into child's pose. Stretch back. Slowly bring yourself upright. You can sit back onto your heels. Into Thunderbolt Pose. Interlace your fingers behind you. Open your chest, open your heart. Release the clasp. Inhale, stretch the palms up. As you exhale, bring the prayer to the heart. Thank you for practicing and going upside down with me today in this upside down world. So may you continue to practice, and please join me on March 8th, Mondays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a 6-week series. Deep gratitude from my heart to yours. Namaste.